It's the largest framed painting in our collection, creating an immersive experience for the viewer to interact with while they stand in front of it. This is Meeting of Two Herds in the Pyrenees by Auguste-François Bonheur. The painting depicts two herds of cattle intermingling in the foreground. Behind them are two cattle herders, one on horseback leaning down to speak with the other, who stands holding a staff, and mountain ridges visible in the background. What makes this painting especially interesting is that it has a sort of interactive component to it. Sometimes you'll look at a portrait painting and think that the subject's eyes are following you as you walk past. That's actually a perspective technique called the ubiquitous gaze, and it's featured in this painting. Although it's best experienced in person, if you focus on this cow that gazes out toward the viewer and walk from one side of the painting to the other, its head will follow you. Having grown up in a family of artists, Auguste and his siblings were taught by their father Raymond, who emphasized landscape painting. That upbringing, along with having lived near farms and owning a number of barnyard animals to study firsthand, resulted in cattle, sheep, and horses becoming primary subjects in all of the Bonheur's works. Animals have been subjects in art since prehistoric times, though their significance and themes have changed over millennia. From cave art that documented early life, to religious symbolism, to evidence of an artist's technical skill. Depictions of animals and landscapes, especially rural scenes, gained public popularity in 19th century France, as realism and direct observation of nature, influenced by 17th century Dutch painters, challenged the tradition of historical and mythological themes. Though all of the Bonheur siblings were recognized as influential animalier, they were often overshadowed by the eldest daughter Rosa, who Auguste would occasionally collaborate with. But Auguste stands out among the Bonheurs as a landscape painter. He was an avid traveler, which served as inspiration for his works. Many of the locations he visited were also frequented by painters of the Barbizon school of landscape painting. This particular scene depicts the Pyrenees, a mountain range that creates a natural border between France and Spain. Just as two countries converge and meet in the mountains, so do the two herds of cattle. Bonheur's passion for landscapes is apparent, given that the cattle depicted in this scene take up a third of the overall painting in the foreground, though they are still excellently portrayed with healthy forms and satin-like coats. The landscape itself is true to the natural conditions of high elevations. Abundant light on a sunny day with ever-changing clouds that seep between the peaks, and bright green foliage that contrasts with the occasional bare tree. Bonheur's paintings tended to be very bright in terms of light, giving the impression of a clear summer day. He creates depth and communicates distance between the peaks by using space in the middle ground, darker versus lighter colors, the play of light, and a hazier perception as the viewer gazes deeper into the background. It's so realistic that you can almost feel the sun warming your face as a cool wind whips by while hearing the bellowing echoes of the cows mooing as they graze and mingle in this moment.